Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Veronica. Thank you so much for clicking the link to watch my video. I'm all primed and ready to go, so let's get started with today's video. Alright you guys, so I'm pretty much primed and ready to go. That's why you see a little bit of white spots here. It's my primer showing up in certain areas. I'm going to be trying out the ColourPop Cosmetics No Filter Foundation line. So I'm going to be trying out the translucent powder and the pressed powder as well. But just to let you guys know, I have worn this foundation before and we're going to see if my thoughts on it are the exact same. I wanted to do a first impression, but I didn't like the way my eye makeup looked in that video. It just didn't blend how I wanted it to. And I used a ColourPop Cosmetics palette that I actually do not like. But I tried to use all ColourPop Cosmetics when I'm wearing. So most of my brows are ColourPop Cosmetics. My eye color that's on the center of my lid is ColourPop Super Shock Shadow. But everything else, I'm going to try and keep ColourPop. So I got the shade Deep Dark 185. I feel like I probably should have got 195, but it looks kind of red. And my skin doesn't do well with red, so I kind of just went with what I had. So this claims to be a matte foundation that's medium to full coverage, that's buildable, so we'll see about that. I do believe it is, just from it going on, but I also think it's hard to blend too with a sponge at times. I always do the bottom half of my face first, just because. That's the bottom half. I guess I should have did one side. That would have been better for you guys to see, but I didn't. Oh yeah, so the packaging, the first thing I noticed, if you guys notice about the packaging, is it's white. I love a good white packaging if it's just gonna sit there, but white packaging is not. It's probably one of my least favorite colors just because you have to clean it. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, like, I don't clean my packaging all the time. Not something that I want to spend my time doing. So while this packaging is awesome and pretty, I will say it's annoying to clean. And another thing that I noticed just right away from using this is that this product has to be blended quite quickly, or else you'll see like streak marks on your face, and that's not good. Blend that down so that way it matches. Product soaks into my sponge. It's pretty liquidy for a matte foundation. Okay, I think that's enough coverage. Let me make sure I blend up here too. I do notice that when it blends, the product moves around. So it's weird because if you let the product sit there, then it starts to stain. But if you try to blend it, it like swipes it away. It's really strange. Like the more product you build, it doesn't seem like it's as buildable as it says. Alright, so now I'm going to go in with the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. I am in the shade Deep 70. And then I also have a highlight shade that I like to mix with this. I like to keep my concealer shade a little bit neutral these days. I wish that ColourPop's concealer shades though. I'm going to go ahead and mix it with Deep Golden 60. I'm going to just mix this on top. One thing that I don't like though is, like I was saying, is the deepest shade for ColourPop in the concealer is not really that deep, to be honest. I mean, kudos to them for the shade range, and they attempted, but what I don't like is that I can't contour using ColourPop, but I can contour other girls for sure. Alright, so the concealer looks really good. I feel like my face looks super full coverage. So before I do the translucent powder, actually, I'll do the translucent powder and then I'll contour around it. So I'm using the ColourPop Cosmetics translucent powder. I just dusted that all on me because I wasn't watching. Oh my gosh. Oh crap, that was way too much. Okay, I gotta move that. Oh my god. Hopefully you guys can't hear my upstairs neighbors. They are so loud, and yes, I definitely report them. I'm one of those persons I don't know. I'm one of those neighbors where it's like, I don't mind you having fun and like partying, because like, you know, we were all young once, but if it gets to the point where I can hear all of Drake's lyrics through my walls upstairs, like in a whole floor above me, that's a no. And I think someone else, like, he's so loud that I know other people have complained because they tried to throw a huge party yesterday, and ironically it ended quite early. I try not to be a snitch, but come on now. Okay, so I'm going to work rather quickly because I dusted a little bit too much. That was kind of my fault, but kind of what I've experienced before with this translucent powder, so I'm not sure what it is, to be honest. I went ahead and finished up my actual contour, so my contour is now blended in, so I look a little bit more even skin tone. I'm going to go ahead and now use the ColourPop Cosmetics No Filter Sheer Press Powder in Deep Dark. So this is what it looks like. Again, with the white packaging, as you guys can see, you see the residue of it. So that just, makeup is dirty in general. You're never going to have your stuff 100% clean, but I like to keep it as minimal as possible. I will say it is brushing off a lot better than it did the first time that I tried to wear this stuff. I was concerned because I felt like it clung to the actual product, which if you guys know anything about a translucent powder, that's one of the things you have to look for, is if it clings to product too much, then it's like you're screwed almost. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of my face and I will be right back. Okay guys, so I finished my entire look. So I definitely like this second round of wearing this time, and I'm so glad that I waited to retry this out before I filmed it and showed it to you guys again. I feel like, first of all, everything on my face is ColourPop Cosmetics except for my highlighter, my lashes, and my eyeliner. So everything else, my blush, my highlight is not, my lips are, my concealer, the setting powder, the sheer press powder, everything so far is working really well. Even my brows are ColourPop, the ColourPop pencil in black and brown. One thing that I noticed the first time I wore it was that it was rubbing off in certain spots. It still started to do that, so just beware. I don't know if it's just something with the formula. And also it didn't last, but this time the first initial turnout looks a lot better. The first time that I wore it, it did not look good to me in my opinion, and I thought it was pretty much done. So I'm glad I gave it another shot. We'll see how it wears for the rest of the day. It's kind of already getting later in the day, but I am going to keep it on until late at night. So I'll check back in with you guys a little bit later so you guys can see how it is on my skin. But so far so good. I think it looks really good. So I'm gonna go take a whole bunch of selfies. By the way, follow me on the gram. I'm always posting stuff, usually my looks and pictures and updating military pictures. So if you guys are ever like, oh my gosh, I'm in Veronica withdrawals, or I wonder what she's doing, you can follow me on Instagram. I'm very, very active on there. And I know a ton of you already asked me a ton of questions military-wise on there, but if you guys want to see more from me, then go ahead and click that follow button on my Instagram. And yeah, I will check back in with you guys a little bit later. Your girl is looking tired and disheveled. It's time to call it a night, okay? So, you guys, I'm back to tell you my final thoughts on this foundation. So it looks good on camera. It also looks good in person. It is sinking into my smile line right here. It is getting shiny right here, which is typical for me. This is my shiny area, even though I still highlight. Not sure why. First, I will say that the color was a little light in the bottle, but I feel like oxidizing and mixing with all of my products, it matches my skin pretty well. So again, I am in the shade 185 deep dark. I probably could have tried the 195, but I could tell it looked red, and for me, working with things that have red undertones does not work. So thoughts on the foundation. I liked it. I do feel like it was buildable, but it also moved very easily. So if I was like trying to drag the product because it was getting kind of hard to blend out, which that's normal when it comes to matte foundations, they try and set, but it was weird because you would think it would be setting, but then it would, I can tell because I have a dark spot right here from an acne scar, and you can see it. So it does move in certain areas. So I think that's kind of odd. Concealer, I don't really need to give you guys an update on. It's okay. It's a good standard concealer. The translucent powder. So the translucent powder, the first time I tried this was a fail. It clung to the concealer, which I used the ColourPop concealer, and then I felt like it was way too chalky. I know some of you are probably like, oh, you should have used the deep dark. I actually don't like to use deep dark translucent powders. I feel like they take away my highlight, and I don't like yellow powders either. My favorites are translucent, and I find that people with neutral skin tones like translucent colored powders. So for me, this does not hold up against my Beauty Bakery or my Laura Mercier. However, I do feel like for $9, it's a decent powder. Would I purchase this product again? Probably not. It was okay. Like, I wasn't wowed by it, but it was alright. Finally, my thoughts on the No Filter Sheer Press Powder. I felt like, again, number one, the packaging. It looks dirty already. So that's just a thing. I thought it was okay. I wouldn't personally buy this because it's so sheer. It's good to wipe away your powder so that way you're not chalky looking and it kind of deepens it up a little bit. For me, that's how I like to remove my translucent powder. However, I do feel like this, I mean, it just, I don't know. I don't feel like it made me matte. You know, I look for a powder to keep me like matte and set everything, and I just felt like this was like a normal schnormal powder. So overall, I think you guys can tell the theme of my thoughts. They were just okay. Now, I will admit to you guys, the first time I tried it, I think I said it earlier, I hated everything I tried. Now I do have a different opinion. I feel like they're good products, but they don't compare to some other things that I absolutely love. So would I personally buy it? No. But if you're on a budget or you just want to try because you're a makeup enthusiast like me, I think it's worth trying it, especially because the foundation, the setting powder, and the press powder cost me $30, which is so cheap because $30 is like a lip gloss for me at Sephora. I know you guys are probably like, wow, your face looks so good, but I think it's the lighting and my camera because, well, yeah, it looks good. It looks good on camera, but I think in person, it just looks okay. Like, it's very textured. My skin looks very textured. My smile lines are setting in. I just want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you got these same results, then we're right here. We see each other, but if you got better results than me, then that's awesome because you found products that work with your skin. Most of the time with products, what people don't realize, it's your skin type that really, and the type of primers that you use and your skincare that really, you're either gonna have a hit or miss. So I'm gonna go wash my face and I'm gonna check out with you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up because you want to see more from me, and show me some love on the gram. Okay? Okay. Bye.